Is this pathetic excuse for a show that has nothing to do with Doctor Who finally about to get cancelled? Well, we can only hope. Rumor: the BBC might axe Doctor Who. A brand new Doctor Who rumor claims the BBC is thinking about axing the show. The rumor comes from my very good friend Gary of Nerdrotic, and he revealed it on his live stream on January 27th. Now you might be thinking, wait, why would the BBC cancel their most important vehicle for woke propaganda and hatred? Well, let me put it another way, and provide an illustrative example. Nobody is good with money in their early 20s, or at least most people aren't. They get that first job and it's party, 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 all the time, every night. Well, there comes a time when you've maxed out your credit cards and drained your bank account. But it gets worse. Your partying has really pissed off your boss at work because you never show up to work because you've been too busy partying, and you think you're above that job anyway, and then just when you need the job, you get fired. Now you're screwed, but you have nobody to blame but yourself and your own bad behavior. This is where Doctor Who is. Chibs and his incompetent diversity hires took over the show with the blessing of the diversity hires that run the BBC, with the intent to make the most condescending and unpleasant viewing experience known to man. Little effort was put into the show. An unpleasant woman was brought into play in what no way resembles the Doctor to look down at and lecture to us. Scripts were written by people with little to no talent, but at least they had the right ideology and ticked the right quota boxes. Directors were brought in with very little talent. Everyone behind the scenes were also only there because they ticked the right boxes, while the old crew, many of which had been with the show since it came back, were summarily dismissed because they were too white and or too male. The entire show, which had once been full of fun, mystery, and wonder, became a nasty and unpleasant experience to watch, and the very few fans it did attract were some of the nastiest, racist, sexist, and attention-seeking little woke simpletons you could ever run into online. This was the party, because it was all paid for by your license fee dollars if you live in the UK. You are the employer, and you aren't very happy. Therefore, you start canceling your license fees in droves. At the same time, the international market collapses under the weight of world events, and nobody wants to buy your crappy merchandise anyway. You're sad because you want to continue partying, but you can't. The money's run out. Yes, this once great TV show you hijacked might be a great way to spread your propaganda and hatred, but it's also very expensive. And even though you are doing less than half the work of your predecessors, you haven't managed to save any money. The party's over. You can't afford your propaganda program. And just like the alcoholic 20-year-old, you can't even afford to get into the bar anymore. And your former boss, family, and friends say, serves you right. You didn't listen to us. Now look at where you are. Of course, cancellation is definitely not a sure thing, but if it does get cancelled, then that will surely be the scenario. Gary states, according to my source, Doctor Who being cancelled is on the table. According to my source, it's on the table. Gary then says, there's another rumor that goes with that though. However, he didn't elaborate on what the other rumor is. The one thing we can be sure of, though, is that there is a definite state of panic. The rumor from Nerdrotic follows one from British tabloid The Mirror that claimed Doctor Who actor Jodie Whittaker would be quitting the show 3 years after she took on the role of the Time Lord. This we already know, but we'll read this part of the article to refresh your memory. The Mirror's Nicola Methven reported earlier this month, Jodie Whittaker is quitting at the end of the next Doctor Who series, when she will regenerate into the 14th Time Lord. The Mirror's source claims, it's all very hush-hush, but it's known on set that Jodie is leaving, and they are gearing up for regeneration. The source adds, her departure is top secret, but at some point over the next coming months, the arrival of the 14th Doctor will need to be filmed. It's very exciting. As I said at the time, while this may have been good news 2 years ago, now it's too little too late. A BBC spokesperson did respond to this rumor via Digital Spy. They stated, we won't be commenting on any speculation around Jodie's future on the show. And of course, if the show is to be cancelled, then there will be no 14th Doctor, and we can thank the stars for that. Back in December, a rumor surfaced from my good friend Svi, also known as Rabbi from Another Planet, that Whittaker's agent wanted her to quit Doctor Who. Rabbi revealed, Jodie Whittaker's agent has been screaming at Jodie Whittaker. She's got to get off the show because Jodie Whittaker's agent's business is looking at the reality, not the fantasy. And the reality is, the ratings have been on a nosedive. It's been an incredibly successful show, an incredibly successful international juggernaut, which is coming off one of the most successful periods ever, and now it's gone into its least successful period ever, and she is the public face of that. He added, Then he boldly stated, "It dipped in popularity under Capaldi for various reasons. I think that's a much longer conversation, but it fell off a cliff of popularity with Jodie Whittaker." Rabbi would later reiterate the rumor, stating, "The rumor is that Jodie Whittaker's agent is desperate for her to get off the show, because this is destroying her career. I think her agent is far too late. After the first season, maybe, but now Whittaker will forever be remembered as the face of the destruction of Doctor Who, the face that brought nothing but hatred and contempt to those that supported the show for decades, a face that brought a few hundred of the nastiest people on earth to fandom, while everybody else left. She may get some more roles while the BBC still lasts, but her career is effectively over. Fans will not forgive, and they will not forget." The rumors about Jodie Whittaker exiting came after the actress confirmed two of her co-stars, Bradley Walsh, who portrayed Graham O'Brien, and Tosin Cole, who played Ryan Sinclair, would no longer be part of the show. Although that was old news at the time it was confirmed. In December, Whittaker stated, "As the Doctor, I will say the fam as a 4 is no more. And soon, hopefully we can say that about your horrible show." She continued, "On a personal note, I feel absolutely devastated. Kind of like most fans a year ago." Without getting into specifics about anything to do with the character or what happens or anything, just purely knowing it was the last scenes for myself with those actors. Both of them had to carry me to my trailer. I guess she got too drunk. I've not cried like that in such a long time. I mean, Brad couldn't cope with it at all. There was not a sense of relief in any way," Whittaker added. "Yeah, kind of like most fans when this pile of ass finally gets cancelled. And why did they leave, Jodie? As far as I know, they were supposed to be there for your entire sorry excuse of a run as the character formerly known as Doctor Who, now known as pure seething hatred. Let's hope that the show does get cancelled. They and their new fans don't deserve it, and it should be taken away from them. The party's over, hopefully. Now go home. I don't think Doctor Who as a franchise will ever rise to popularity again. These people did too much damage, and as I said, we will never forget. But it will be nice to no longer have to watch them drag its corpse around in the name of wokeness and hatred." And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and check your subscription and notification status, because YouTube deleting everything has become a regular occurrence. Don't bother following me on Twitter because it's like something out of hell over there, but follow me on Minds.com and Gab instead. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day.